Hey there, welcome back. I'm Alicia Johnson, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so interested in helping everyday, ordinary people live an extraordinary life. And the one thing that I want to help people to understand is that in order to really tap into the extraordinary, you got to learn to tell the truth. Not 99% of the truth, not 80% of the truth, not 50% of the truth. Only 100% of the truth will do if you are looking to live a life of freedom. I had to learn this the hard way. And because I had to learn it the hard way, I made a promise to God that if heaven would show me how to turn everything around, my finances, my parenting, my marriage, my job, all of these things, I would squeal like a pig. And this is what I want for you. I want you to be able to live a life right where you are in an extraordinary way. One of the things that I had to come to terms with as it related to really wanting to tap into the truth of who God had created me to be, I wanted to feel freedom. I wanted to feel a lightness. I wanted to get rid of the anxiety and the doubt and all of the uncertainty and the panic attacks and the depression. And one of the things that God helped me to realize that the reason that I was experiencing all of these things is because I was literally living a lie. I was lying every single day. I was lying about parenting. I was lying about my marriage. I was lying just like a lot of people do today. And what is the lie that you say and you tell? I'm okay. I'm good. My marriage is good. I love parenting. I love my children. I love my job. I'm okay. I'm doing all right. When deep down inside, I hated parenting. The most important or the most fun for me with parenting, and I tell my children this now that we've all grown and we've all kind of settled into our own spaces, is that I like making the babies more than I did raising the babies. And that's how most people enter into parenting, enter into marriage, enter into relationships, not necessarily plan. Mike and I, we did not have a plan. We did not have a plan. We did not have a plan for our children. We did not have a plan for our housing. We did not have a plan. But thank God for being God and helping us to grow together, helping us to hash out our differences, and helping us to get to the other side of that dysfunction. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't make it to the other side of that dysfunction. They keep muddling through and they keep settling for less than. And this is how a lot of us miss the opportunity to have extraordinary lives right where we are, because you keep going for the bigger houses, you keep going for the faster cars, you keep going for the more extravagant vacations, but you're still going on these vacations with someone that you do not like. You're living in these homes with people that you cannot stand, and you are doing things that you would rather not be doing with the people that you're doing them with, or just not doing them at all. And this is something that we all have to come to terms with. Understanding that in order to free yourself, you have to learn how to operate in truth. And one of the first truths that I had to tell myself and to be honest was with my marriage. I had to be honest with the fact that I didn't like the marriage that I had. I didn't like the marriage, what the marriage was turning into. And for a lot of, I didn't even like Mike, and he didn't like me either. And we didn't like each other. And then we were raising children in an environment where they were feeling this energy, not understanding. It was a mess. It was a mess. And I had to come to terms with the truth. And this is when everything started to change. I came to truth. I came to the reality that If I had to walk away from everything, if I had to walk away from my entire relationship, I would be okay. Because, see, I was not going to approach it like the traditional people. Because, like I said initially, I enjoyed making the babies more than I did parenting because I wasn't really good at parenting in the beginning because I had to learn, and that learning curve is steep, especially when you have not planned on children. And by this time in our relationship, I was so exhausted, I was so frustrated, but that I had to come to terms with the fact that I was not going to fight for my children in the sense that I was not going to be the one to go to court and want to be the mother that wanted the kids. I was actually looking forward to the weekends. I was looking forward to the every other holiday. I was looking forward to the break. And that really began to change the trajectory of my entire life because I became very cognizant of who I was and who I was not. I was not put here to be Betty Crocker. I was not put here to be Miss Better Homes and Garden. And my children got the parent that they needed and not the one that they necessarily wanted. And once I became truthful with myself, something strange happened. My expectations became more realistic. I stopped trying to be someone that I was never conditioned to be. I stopped saying things that I had absolutely no intention of trying to fulfill. And I stopped being a puppet for everyone in my life. Some people fell away. Some people got angry. Some people are still confused. But guess what? I started to rise above all of my perceived limitations, and I started to see the extraordinary in my everyday ordinary life. And I pray the same for you. I wish the same for you. I stand in agreement with this desire for you, that you begin to understand that the key to living an extraordinary life is being 100% truthful with every aspect of the life that you live. You don't like being a parent? That's okay. You don't like the relationship that you're in? That's okay. You really enjoy the job that you have, even though it's not as glamorous as some people think that it should be, or the life that you should be living? That's okay. You really like the slower pace that you're living? That's okay. The most important part is that you learn to be truthful with yourself, and the extraordinary will just rise to the top. All right, everybody, enjoy the process, and I'll see you next time. Love you all.